Okay, so this is the third video, and I think another foundational topic we have to talk about is discomfort. Most things you might be planning to achieve, whether it is in fitness or your career or even in your social life, everything requires discomfort. Discomfort is like this bill you have to pay in order to learn. And that's why to be able to grow as a person in pretty much any aspect, you have to change your relationship to discomfort. So you really have to get used to it and understand that it will always be there. Um, I will use this way of naming things as Alex Hormozy. I like his way of saying that things can be features or bugs of what you are doing. And in the case of life in general, discomfort is a feature. Like it's simply how you perceive things when you are not proficient at them. So feeling discomfort when doing something new just means that you are not good at that yet. And there are things that you can improve. So technically, if you see discomfort as a signal, discomfort is an indicator that you can improve. So if you look at it that way, it changes completely your perception of it. And it basically tells you that you can get better, that you have some room to grow. And in my case, that has been almost like a north for calisthenics, for my career. So just opening up a bit, I'm an industrial automation engineer, and I've done many things because graduated like 1 year ago. So I'm not particularly experienced. I'm actually not very experienced, but I've been surrounded by people and had this chance of being surrounded by people that like to explain, that are patient enough to explain every new concept I don't necessarily understand. And it has been very uncomfortable whenever I had to do something new or find solutions to problems by myself. And that's just a feature of life. That's just something you'll always be confronted with. And using discomfort as a signal that you are learning something that you have never seen before, for me, is actually something you have to look for. If you are too comfortable in general, you don't grow. It's sad to say, and many people don't like to accept it, but the only reason that forces you to grow is discomfort. If you don't put yourself through discomfort, whether it's about your muscles, your bones, your brain, your skills, you have to put yourself in situations that are hard enough for you to learn something new and come up with a creative way of solving the problems. And but it has to be easy enough so that you can actually solve the problem. I think that's something you can apply systematically to skills. Calisthenics, it's slightly different. Some skills, you will feel discomfort for a really long time, but the good thing is that if you get used to being under a lot of discomfort for a long period of time, then as long as you keep iterating and doing more of what's basically uncomfortable, you will keep learning. And this video is mostly to say that you need to change your relationship with discomfort, especially if you see that you are not making much progress in more than one aspect in your life, and you are too used to being in comfortable settings. Um, I used to play video games a lot. I grew up with an environment where no one valued sports. Like sports were seen as this thing that some elite in the world was doing for Olympics sometimes, or that you needed a specific pathway, that sport is not supposed to be part of your life. And I had to learn it on my own, that you need to have a very particular relationship with discomfort in order to learn, and that sports have to be an integral part of your life, almost as showering. It has to be as present. There has to be a priority in order to basically get older without all the downsides of age. Because you can, I basically pick max many different aspects of your body. You can strengthen your bones enough so that when you reach that age at which they can no longer get strong enough or dense enough to resist gravity in general, and your own mass, then you have some reserve. Because the idea is not just get older. If you want to get old and be able to enjoy that time, you also have to maximize the peaks of your health. And I mean by that, maximize the amount of muscle you build while you can, because after I think it's 80, you stop making muscle. Same for the bones. Um, for women, you can add fertility to that those peaks. There's a certain window that you have to respect in order to ensure that you can have children. You don't lose the capacity completely, but the chances of you getting pregnant really like diminish a lot. So the idea is to maximize those peaks by doing the work. The work will always be uncomfortable because we are programmed to save energy, meaning that we have to force ourselves to spend energy doing what will reinforce our muscles, our bones, our brains. And I like to keep mentioning the brain into this equation because the brain is where everything starts. Your muscles start growing in your brain, not just your muscles. Your muscle to brain connection is what gives you that control, and can even influence how much fiber your body produces. Your brain connection with your muscles also influences your balance. If you are completely focused when you are doing an exercise, and you're putting in the work with the iterations, the repetitions, at some point, being on that awkward position that's extremely uncomfortable will become less uncomfortable. It won't become easy in one night, but the discomfort will start to leave progressively. It may take months, weeks, for some things years, but it will leave. So if you know you are on the right path, trust the process, live with the discomfort, keep iterating until discomfort leaves completely, but don't look at the discomfort as something that has to be avoided. The discomfort is just the signal that you are learning something. Something I forgot to say is that I'm doing these videos just to avoid just like unpacking all the things I would like to share. in the form of reels, and basically small short videos. So please, if you have any subject you would like to hear about, or you're struggling with, no, it doesn't matter which aspect of life we're talking about. I do plan on talking about social interactions at some point. On I talked about nutrition. I think I can go a bit deeper on that subject, especially to talk about what you can cook, so different meals, meal prep, how to organize yourself during the week, how I usually organize myself during the week, and yeah, and even some other topics. I like engineering, I like AI, I like different technology subjects that we could technically talk about. So I plan on bringing in some other people around me that I like to have conversations with. So if you stayed until this point, thank you. And I assume you liked what you watched, which for which I'm really grateful for. So please let me know what you'd like me to talk about next time, and I'll be really glad to talk about it. Do my own research if necessary. But yeah, thank you for your attention, and see you next time.